Thank you. That's a very common question. So you are not alone. The Big Red Book says first thing we need to do is to work with our inner critic. Because if our inner critic is very active, the inner child will not come out of hiding. If I have a judgmental, harsh tone inside, just like a small child, if there's someone dangerous around, the child's not going to come and be, oh, let me tell you everything that's going on, right? It has to be, so the first piece in reparenting is to create a sense of inner safety. Okay, so when I work with people, I recommend the first thing to do, and everyone wants to go right to the inner child. I get it, right? We want to go there and connect, and that's where the healing is. But working with the inner critic is transformative. It's so important. Being able to recognize when the critic in me is active, whether it's the words that I hear, the inner self-talk, right? Like, not good enough, stupid for me, loser, whatever, dumb, you're not trying hard enough. If that's active, to start recognizing it and to start trying to find ways to get distance from that. So at first for me, working with the inner critic was harsh, and I brought other critic energy to my critic, and it was like explosions inside of me, right? But that's where I had to start, and that's just the best I could do, right? And people start like that, but eventually we want to bring a neutral tone to our critic, and just to say no, not good enough, no, we're not doing that, right? No. And so we just start to bring that neutral tone, and when that happens, we just sit quietly. We don't have to try to find the inner child and to go grab it and to pull it out. We don't have to do that, right? We just create the space, and then an inner child will emerge. It just happens. They want to come out. They just are waiting for safety. So your job, the first part of an inner loving parent, is to set boundaries with the inner critic, to create just a little bit of safety, a little bit of space, and that tenderness will start to come up, right? And you'll feel a little shakiness in your voice, or maybe the eyes get watery sometimes, and you can feel, this energy starting to come up. The other thing I did, I think I mentioned this too, I used photos. So photos of me as a child. And I would just sit with the photo. I have, 3-year-old me, 5-year-old me, and I just would look at the photo, I just hold it, and sometimes put it to my chest and just hold it and just ask, what do you need to tell me? What do I need to know? What's the truth? What do I need to know? And you don't have to tell me anything until you're ready, but when you're ready, I'm going to be here. And so I just keep checking in, and I keep showing up, and I keep creating space, and it will happen. There's nothing I have to do to make an inner child come out. I just create the space, and it will come up.